Hi everybody, it's Wednesday, July 2nd, 2008. Thanks for stopping by. Got some pretty disturbing news for you today. It looks like in the media they are once again beating the war drums to go to war over nuclear weapons in Iran. Even though Iran has no nuclear weapons and has no nuclear weapons program and is only trying to develop nuclear energy as they are allowed to do under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now, the media would have you think that the NIE report, which exonerated Iran completely, never happened. They're on TV right now asking people, should the United States attack Iran or should Israel attack Iran? Now, this comes after Prime Minister Olmert's visit to President Bush, where he tried to persuade Bush to ignore his own intelligence and rely on Israeli intelligence as to whether Iran is a threat, presumably to Israel. They couldn't possibly be a threat to the United States. There's just no way. But if they had nuclear weapons, they could possibly be a threat to Israel. Now, one other thing that I want to mention is that Obama has already started showing his true colors. I've said many times, and I will continue to say, that Obama is no different than McCain or Hillary Clinton or any of those other people. They're all exactly the same candidate. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, if you think really hard about Obama, it's not hard to figure out. He never says anything specific. He always talks about change. He is a superficial candidate. He's got an image, a look, a sound bites, slogans. That's all he's got. He don't even know what's going on, much less have a plan on how to fix it. Okay, he is just an employee of the people that are really in charge, the special interests, just like McCain and Hillary and all the other Republican candidates, or Republicrats, we should probably call them, because they're really the same party. Okay, so Obama, he showed his true colors. He voted for the FISA Act to grant telecoms retroactive immunity via an unconstitutional ex post facto law for breaking the law when asked to do so by our criminal presidential administration. The presidential administration is guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity, treason against this country and the Constitution, and just about anything that you can name, they're guilty of it. And he went along with that administration and gave them what they wanted. And he is about to inherit the reins to this stagecoach, and he's not changing the course, people. Now, I'm not saying this because I don't like Democrats or liberals or anything like that. I was firmly in the Democratic camp for a long time. I thought the Democrats were different from the Republicans. Then 2006 happened. And after that I realized I had nobody that I could support in the political scene until Ron Paul came along. And of course, you know, there are people like Dennis Kucinich and Mike Gravel and Bernie Sanders who are also good people that you could support. Although I might not agree with them on everything, that doesn't matter. As long as I know they're honest and they're doing their best, I support them. I don't support people who are crooks, who are lying to people, who are deceiving the American people and working against our best interests, which is what 99.9% of those people are doing, including Obama. Okay, Obama does not care whether you like the FISA law or not. He knows that he's your only choice now. So he's going back to business as usual. Now, guess what? When Obama gets elected, as he inevitably will, he's going to do exactly the same thing that George Bush is doing. In fact, his clothes are probably already laid out for him on the mantelpiece. His marching orders are probably already in the second desk of the drawer, ready to go. You can count on it. Nothing's changing. If he was planning on changing anything, he wouldn't be on television. I guarantee you that. Okay, so, the surprising thing about it is, though, or the optimistic thing is, people are catching on. The liberal bloggers, a lot of them have jumped ship. I was just on a liberal blog today, and the guy was talking about Obama, and then he actually did the right thing and condemned Obama uncategorically for his new flip-flop. And he provided a link to the next Ron Paul money bomb, believe it or not. And so I went to the site and I found an article talking about how the liberal bloggers and the liberals in general are now teaming up with the Ron Paul supporters because they know this whole thing is a sham and a fraud. Obama and Clinton and all the others, save Gravel and Kucinich, are big frauds. They're no different than Republicans. And it doesn't even mean anything now to be a Republican or Democrat. You can't disagree on anything or they throw you out of the party. You can't even disagree between the parties too much because, let's face it, folks, there's people in charge now that we don't even know about. I don't know who they are. You don't know who they are. They're just the richest, most powerful people in the country, and they're calling the shots. And whoever gets elected is going to answer to them, not to us. That's the problem. Okay, so if you want to change anything, you can't change anything by voting for Obama, hoping that he'll beat McCain. That doesn't even matter. If you want to change anything, write in Ron Paul, or write in Gravel or Kucinich, or write in anybody else. It doesn't matter. At least then you'll be telling them something. You'll be letting them know that you're not falling for their tricks anymore. If you vote for McCain or Obama, you're just letting them know that you're still in their little deception and you don't matter. Believe it, you don't matter to those people, not one bit, especially if you don't know the truth. At least if you know the truth, you matter a little bit because you scare them. Okay, and that's all I wanted to say about that. And also on the liberal blog, believe it or not, he actually condemned Israel, which was very surprising to me. He talked about how the coming war with Iran is really for Israel, and people, who have dual loyalties and are more loyal to Israel than they are to the United States seem to be calling the shots in our government right now, and that's a big problem. We need people in our government that are loyal to America. If they want to like Israel or whatever, that's fine, but they got to put them second, a distant second, to the interests of the United States of America and to the American citizens who are paying their salaries. Okay, and this is not about anti-Semitism or anything like that. If you want to call me anti-Semitic, I'll call you anti-American. Because, American soldiers don't need to die so that the Israelis can be safe. That's their business. That's their problem. They can take care of themselves. We don't need to be fighting their wars. We don't need to be paying them $3 million a year to buy airplanes so they can fight people with rocks. Okay, we don't need to be doing that. And we don't need to be selling into their paranoid militaristic fantasies that they have to take over the whole Middle East and destroy everything that doesn't agree with them. So, yeah, that's how I feel, And I feel a whole lot more negative than that, if you want to know the truth, because I know what really happened. And if people understood what really happened, and actually a lot of Jews who understand what really happened are just as pissed off about it as I am. They don't like it either. But they, like us, most of them have never heard the truth. If you hear the truth, you'll think very differently about our support for Israel. Thanks for watching.